Hey there! Welcome to a very special multi-part talking cinema. And the reason why it's multi-part is because of the bullshit copyright claim, copyright strike that I'm having to deal with that took away my ability to make videos over 15 minutes. But I will still be putting all the same energy, all the same anger, all the same intrigue, all the same, I guess if there is any positivity, there is into this video and the other preceding parts. And the reason why this is a special one is because this is going to be all about the horror films of 2015. I'm going off of a list that is on IMDb, which is listing off all of these different horror films, and I decided to rank it, and basically I decided to use their movie meter, which ranks it on the horror films that are the most anticipated. And well, much to my chagrin, much to my much again, let's just there's a lot of words that I could think of right now that describe this film, but I don't have 20 minutes to, or I don't really have as long to rant on it. But maybe this first part will just be strictly on this movie. It might be. We'll see. But anyway, just let the fucking raging fucking cat out of the fucking bag. The film that is most anticipated to users in the horror genre, according to IMDb, is the remake of Poltergeist. Yeah, that's the most anticipated. The remake of Poltergeist. Directed by the guy who directed Monster House. And from all the news I've heard about it, all the little bits of about the plot, it's from the kid's point of view. So it's technically a kid's movie. And I saw the trailer, and it looked like shit. It looked as bad as I thought it would, if not worse. It's forcing it's not even its own film. It's just the original updated to this generation with the cell phones and the HD TVs. Instead of having Tangina, you have some Irish guy with a really shitty Irish accent. He even copies a line directly from the film when Tangina says, "It knows what scares you." Here, I can't even do Irish accent, but it's like, "It knows what scares you." It has none of the same impact. It even recopies the scene with the TV, with Carol Ann putting her hands on the TV screen. And I have to admit, the one shot that I saw where there's other hands that are forming on the TV, reaching out for her, is actually a decent shot. But the problem is, this is an HD TV, and we don't have fucking static. Okay? My static on my TV does not look like static from old TVs. My static looks like a bunch of fucking black swirling fucking lines of shit. There's just black scrolling lines of shit and a little bit of snow. It looks like you're watching a VHS with really shitty tracking. It doesn't look like old static from 1982. But that's just what my flat screen static looks like. But either way, okay, that's just a little nitpick there. But it's just the same fucking movie. There's a shot of the light coming out of the house. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the climax of the film. There's a shot that looks like it's set up exactly the same way as the shot in the first film was, where Joe Beth Williams and Craig T. Nelson go to their neighbors and ask them about if there's been any disturbances. I'm pretty damn sure that there's going to be an Indian burial ground or some sort of fucking burial ground underneath the house. The whole Cuesta Verde area is haunted, so they're not even going to they're not even going to come up with their own idea. The kids in this are fucking stupid in my opinion because they grab the door and their hair stands up and they're like, "This is cool! Yay! This house is so much fun! I love this house!" I'm like, what? What kid would do you grab at your door of your closet and your hair stands up? If this happened to me when I was a kid, I would be scared out of my fucking. I would be running the fuck out of that bedroom, getting to my parents and be like, "Mom, there's something wrong with the house." I grabbed the door and my hair stood up. Like, oh come on, go back to bed. I don't want to. I think there's something watching me. I mean, what? In the original film, at least, Carol Ann, yeah, she was enjoying a little bit when her mom was putting her on the, letting the spirit move her around on the kitchen floor. But after a certain point, Carol Ann was like, I don't want to do this anymore. My butt hurts. So at least she was like, she was fun for a little bit, but after a while, she was like, I don't want to do this. It feels weird. Here they're like, yay! Our hair's standing up, and like we're touching a static electricity. This house is awesome. Sam Rockwell, okay, he's a decent actor. All right, but the director of Monster House doesn't help. Doesn't really make things better. The fact that it's just gonna be the same movie, just updated to the modern day. That's it. The fucking cell phone messes up. They're just gonna update. There's even the tree. They're even doing the tree again. There's a shot literally in the trailer where it's the tree coming to life and grabbing somebody. Then you have a shot that is just so cliche nowadays in horror films where a little girl turns around or something, or somebody shows up and they have like they're got CGI shit all over their face, black eyes and mouth, and go, ah! Somebody gets their arms are pulling somebody through a fucking wall. It just looks like a forgettable, cliched fucking movie. It didn't need to be made. We didn't need a Poltergeist remake. The first film is a classic. The first film holds up great. It still holds up well. This just looks like, hey, fuck it. It's never one of those, hey, this name, people know about this movie. Let's just fucking repackage it. Let's just throw out the name Poltergeist. Redo the same damn movie with new actors and a little bit of new visual effects, but pretty much the same fucking plot, and call it a fucking day. And I have a serious problem with that because that makes the movie fucking useless. It's a fucking useless remake. If you're gonna remake something, make it better or do something unique or come up with your own vision. Saying that it's just going to be in the point of view of a kid is not enough of a change to the plot for it to be considered its own film. Because the trailer literally just has shots after shot after shot after shot of reshots from the first movie, from the original, from the 1982 film. It's just, hey, remember this shot? Remember this scene? Remember this? Yeah, I do. And while I'm watching this trailer, it makes me want to watch the original that much more. I would have rather have seen a sequel. A sequel to the franchise that's kind of also a reboot, where you have a grown-up Carol Ann facing the Beast one last time. That way you could recast Carol Ann. You could finish the story. You could finish her tale. The grown-up Carol Ann doesn't have to be played by Heather O'Rourke. May she rest in peace. She'll always be Carol Ann in my mind. But the grown-up Carol Ann doesn't have to be played by her. It could be played by another established actress. You could bring back Craig T. Nelson and JoBeth Williams. Maybe even I think Zelda Rubinstein, is she still alive? But you can bring back other characters from the first film as cameo roles, or make it come full circle. I would have rather have seen a Poltergeist 4. A fourth film in the franchise that is a step up from Poltergeist 3, which sucks, and gives us more about what happened to Carol Ann, and maybe she acquires the psychic powers that her grandmother had, and she uses those to fight and get rid of the Beast once and for all, as he tries to come in and ruin her family. And then she goes in, by the end of the movie, she needs help, so she contacts her old family. And maybe Tangina, if Zelda is still around. And if not Tangina, maybe somebody else. Because I know Taylor's, sadly, the actor who played him, passed away. But I would rather see that. A movie centering around Carol Ann as an adult with her own family, with her own kids, having to face off with another supernatural presence. And I would rather have seen that. With unique new ghost, with new scenes that aren't copy and pasted. They're not copy and pasted from the first film. I would rather see that than a Poltergeist remake. Because the Poltergeist remake, for everything I've seen, is just another one of those lazy, half-assed fucking remakes that Hollywood is just shitting out of their ass. And I would not be surprised if this film, when it comes out, is a huge hit. Sadly, I would not be surprised at all. If it's a huge hit, it starts a new fucking franchise of PG-13 fucking generic ass fucking Poltergeist movies. And I understand Poltergeist 2 was PG-13, but this is 80s PG-13. That got away with a lot. The first film was PG, but only because Steven Spielberg got on his hands and knees and begged the MPAA to change it from R to PG. One scene in that film, in the original, is gory enough that it could have been R, because the scene where Marty rips his face off is one of the goriest things I've ever seen in a PG-rated film. Now, but Steven Spielberg, like I said, got his hands and knees, sucked some dicks, and got the rating changed. This just looks generic as fuck. Shitty CGI, lighting that looks like it looks like a music video. The Poltergeist remake, the trailer that I saw, it just looked like a music video. And it didn't look scary. It didn't look interesting. It didn't look unique. It didn't look like it needed to be fucking called Poltergeist. Maybe if they didn't call it Poltergeist, then maybe I wouldn't be so upset about it. Maybe I'd still be like, skip that. It's probably, it looks like a generic haunted house flick. But calling it Poltergeist is just a slap in the face to the first film to me. And the fact that the first film still has a shitty DVD, a shitty Blu-ray, because Steven Spielberg is a fucking schmuck who just said, no, there will be no special features on the 20th anniversary DVD. But Warner Brothers promised that we would have some. It was going to be loaded with features. No, you won't, because I'm going to get my lawyers involved, because I don't want anybody to know the truth that I directed Poltergeist and took it away from Tobe Hooper, because that's a violation of the Directors Guild, and I don't want my reputation hurt. Well, you've already had your reputation hurt, Steven, because I know the fucking truth, and the truth is that you are a fucking schmuck. You're not as wonderful and great as you make yourself out to be in front of the camera, in front of in front of your fans and so forth. Because of your power, you have been able to stop not only the special edition from Poltergeist from happening, that fans of the film really wanted to see and were really looking forward to, but you also stopped a making of book on the film because you don't want the truth to come out. If there is no controversy here, if there is absolutely nothing here, then Steven Spielberg would not be sicking his lawyers out at anything that might potentially ruin him or end up spilling the beans and making it obvious, plain as day, that he directed Poltergeist. And fuck Steven Spielberg for that. I appreciate his films. He's made a lot of great movies, but I don't appreciate his attitude. I don't appreciate the man. I don't appreciate the man Steven Spielberg. The director I appreciate, the man I don't, because he has consistently cock-blocked a special edition of Poltergeist for Poltergeist fans, and he's not going to stop anytime soon, which is fucking bullshit. The remake's going to come out on Blu-ray and DVD and have a shit ton of features, and the original film, which is a classic, is going to be stuck with nothing and is going to have a fucking Still gonna have those shitty fucking ghost hunter documentaries. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more parts. See ya.